All right. Last stream before Christmas. Gotta get festive. All right, we gotta give it a minute. Give some people some time to hop on. Got the music rolling. Got MetaTailor pulled up. We'll talk about what we're doing today. Just another fun importing live Q&A. So we'll hang out for a minute here, a minute or two. Playing with the Marvel Rivals models that you can find online. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hopping on. It's a live Q&A. We'll be importing some stuff, some Marvel Rivals characters. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got MetaTailor pulled up. Got a couple of the outfits ready to go. Like I said, we're just hanging out for a minute or two. We just went live, giving people time to hop on and join us. It is like I said, last Saturday before Christmas, so people are probably out shopping. Oh, cool. Hi, everybody. Like I said, just firing it up, getting it ready to go. Giving people a chance to join us. Probably start around 9:04, 9:05. Jumping into it, playing with some Marvel Rivals characters. You can find the models online. I've got Star-Lord, Psylocke, and Wolverine from the game. Been loving the game so far. Brand new game. Better than Overwatch, in my opinion. Want a Christmas deal? We got one Christmas deal, which is a month free of Pro if you finish out our contest. Is there a second Christmas deal that I don't know about? Because that's a fantastic prize. Especially if you're looking to practice Pro. First month Pro, $10! Pro is $10. I got to chat somebody who asked me about a discount just the other day. Where did they go? I'm going to open up that link. It takes us to the login page. If that is correct. I'll log in. Yeah, there it goes. Amazing. Did I copy the link? I copied the link address. $10 for the first month is an amazing deal. Free for the first month is an amazing deal. Two different ways to get that. $10 first month of Pro, $10 is for everybody. That's amazing. Completely free month is if you compete in our contest and win for our holiday outfit contest, and that is due in 3 days. All right, we got a couple people here. We're talking. We're hanging out. We got the music playing. So, hi everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Today we're going to be messing around with some Marvel Rivals characters. The game just came out about a week or two ago, and it's been a huge blast online. Lots of people having a lot of fun with it because, in my opinion, it's beaten out Overwatch because Overwatch 2 was a complete and total flop. This is a much more fun game. I've been playing it nonstop the last couple of days, and I thought, why don't we jump in for our live stream, pull down some of these outfits, and throw them on our characters. So today I've got Star-Lord, Psylocke, and Wolverine from the Marvel Rivals game, not from the other franchises or anything like that, pulled straight from the game. I already took my time to make sure Star-Lord and Wolverine were ready to go, so we'll start by importing those into MetaTailor, and then if we have time at the end, I've got Psylocke in a Maya file ready to go. I'll just show you how to kind of break it up, export it out, and then re-import it into MetaTailor. Excuse me, hiccup, because I saw a question on the Discord that I think this might be answering. I don't know if we ever got the full question from one of our users, so hopefully that will be helpful. So that's the goal for today. So we just going to jump in, start messing with it. I've already got MetaTailor pulled up. Like I said, I've got them ready. But we're going to be messing around with the Marvel Rivals characters. If you have any questions, concerns, quandaries about MetaTailor, this is a live Q&A. So I am watching the chat. We've got some other MetaTailor masters watching the chat to answer your questions as I'm sitting here working. But otherwise, it's the last stream before Christmas. So let's have some fun and let's play with some Marvel Rivals characters. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up MetaTailor. And I'm going to flip us over to this plus my head. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and hit new project and start us off. New project. I'm going to call this one. Let's start with Wolverine. I really like Wolverine's jacket. He was the first one I picked out. Playing wise, my favorite is Cloak and Dagger and Captain America. Those are the ones I've been having a lot of fun with these last couple of games I've been playing. All right, so we've got Wolverine. We've got our MetaTailor character. Let's go ahead and hit import, and I'll show you some of these items. Import, cloth and accessories. Go back. You can see I was working on Star-Lord. Meta Wolverine. We're going to start. I'm going to do the coat last because, like I said, that's my favorite part. So let's go ahead and start with the pants. And open. All right, so some of the work I did was, like I said, I split them out. I split these FBXs out, took out all the unnecessary pieces, and I made sure to attach the color maps. We still have to go in and attach the normal maps, and some of them might have metallic and roughness maps, but I did not take the time to split them when they were like a 3-color map. So that is the one thing I didn't do, but I do have the normal maps ready to go. I wanted to make our lives a little bit easier as we jumped into this. So all this prep work I did in Maya to get these pants ready to go. And like I said, if we have time at the end of the stream, which we always do, I'm going to go ahead and do that with Psylocke as well. So I've got Wolverine, I've got my textures, I've already got the diffuse. So this is our Equip 02. That's the name I'm looking for. So I'm going to look for our Equip 02. There's the diffuse. I've already got that set up. There is the normal map. Yep. And so there's it's like a tricolor UV map, what has our occlusion, our roughness, and our metallic. I just didn't take the time to split those in Photoshop and resave them out because there's so many. So I won't be adding that to this. But what you would do is you would just open up one of those files in Photoshop and split out the color channels. So occlusion is the first one, which should be red, and then the roughness is the second one, which would be G, and then metallic would be the third one, which would be B. And so you just make sure that is the only channel saved out. Certain programs can take, like Unreal, can take all 3 of those in as one, and it can split or you can do nodes to split those out for you to have those be the only channel that's pulled out. But in something like MetaTailor, you just have to take that extra step of going into Photoshop and splitting those out. So we're not doing that today. So if you see those in there, that's what that is. But I just wanted, like I said, wanted to get these color channels ready to go. And here we go. Some really cool pants. Wolverine belt buckle. You can have the option of splitting off the belt buckle or belt and belt buckle on its own, but it was kind of really neatly tucked in here with these belt loops. So I thought, let's bring it all in as one piece. He doesn't have anything strapped to his belt, so we can leave it like that. We'll call these pants. And the source dimensions I know are going to be, oh no, they're a little bit small. I thought they were going to be gargantuan, but no, that size is pretty good. But next step. So one interesting thing I found out about these characters as I was testing this out earlier to make sure everything would work perfectly for us is they are very stylized, which makes sense. So his torso is much shorter and stubbier than our actual human character here. So let's go ahead and hit start pose match. So we'll have to edit and pull some things up and over and make it a little stubbier. Even kind of pull his feet up a little bit. I'll leave him nice and big. Wouldn't be surprised if he's got big feet. All right, and I apologize ahead of time if I don't say anything correctly about the Marvel Universe. My knowledge of Marvel is not as extensive as I know probably some of yours are. I love Marvel. I watched all the movies up until Endgame, and I then fell off there. If you'd love to have a discussion with me about that and the failures of the Marvel Universe after Endgame, I'd be happy to do that with you on Discord. I teach how to do products like this and Maya and stuff, and one of my favorite icebreakers is always, what is your least favorite movie that everybody loves? And mine is Endgame. I hate Endgame. But Marvel Rivals, Marvel characters, Marvel in general, I do love. It's just those movies. When the mouse took over. Awesome. So those pants are fitting pretty well. I like the look of that. I don't think there's much else I would change on those. If I wanted to, I could probably add a little bit of shrink wrap and kind of check in here and see if any of our paint weight is blending. It looks like some of it is stitched together a little bit. It could also just be overlapping. Another quick way we could check that would be go to our viewport and just kind of doing a little I want to do running. That's a little bit intense. Where's my male walking? There's my male walking. All right, so yeah, those aren't actually grabbing each other too bad. Maybe, no, it's just the lines. So no, those are sitting pretty nice. Perfect. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. Pause. So there's the pants. They're just kind of overlapping each other because of his stance. All right, let's go ahead and import something else. Cloth, because I noticed that I just, go back. Let's do the shoes. One thing I forgot to do with the last one is they're just called pants. You can take your time up here and rename these if you have a lot of shoes. Like I've got a lot of shoes and they're all named shoe. So I could call that Wolverine shoe. So this is going to be a Quip 04 in our materials, and you can always isolate out meshes. I made sure that these were mostly just one mesh. We might see one or two that'll have a couple meshes in there, especially when we get to Star-Lord. But there's just that mesh right there, and you can always change out the material. You can see there's an Equip 02 on here. What's our Equip 02? I don't think, maybe there's something inside the boot that's being considered Equip 02. This should just be Equip 04 only from our color map. All right, let's go ahead and hit normal. Go to our textures, and we'll find Equip 02, and we'll grab that normal map. Equip 04, sorry, Equip 04. Like, Equip 02 is the last one. There we go. And that normal map just adds that little extra oomph. So it's not a huge difference, but I feel like it's an important difference. It's a subtle change that I like to see with it. So I always like to add the normal maps. If I had the option, I'd throw the ambient occlusion in there. But like I said, I don't want to split all those maps up and take that time. That would have been a couple hours worth of work, which I didn't want to put into it. All right, I'm calling this a shoe. I isolated this as one shoe. I deleted its pair, and I will use its source dimensions because that's a little bit more accurate, I feel, to those pants we just brought in. So I isolate this as one shoe because I prefer to mirror it over. I feel like it's easier to place instead of placing two shoes. Depending on the mesh and your skill level with 3D, you can absolutely bring in two shoes at once and pose match to both those shoes. I just find it easier if you have the ability to do so. Try to just break it down into one. I bring that shoe in, bring it down a little bit. That's pretty good. Bring it back a little bit. Got to rotate it just a touch. Even a touch more, it looks like. I can probably even get that with the pose match too. Yeah, I'll get that with the pose match. Confirm, start pose match. Pull that over. There we go. Let's hit confirm. And next step and see how that looks. Oop, I missed a little bit, but that's okay because MetaTailor is fantastic. You only need to hit about 60% accuracy with this stuff, and it will do the rest. What did I want to do? I was jumping around. I was looking for mirror, so I can mirror it over. Give it a second to think. Oh, I didn't have anything selected. Mirror. There we go. Make sure I didn't try to mirror the pants. I did try to mirror the pants. I don't think that does anything, but that's okay. So I'll just uncheck that. All right, so this is looking pretty cool. I love the stylized look in MetaTailor. Something about that I think is really cool. Some of our earlier streams, some of the earlier work I did, I was using stylized stuff pulled from Unreal. So this is our Marvel Rivals characters. For any of you just joining us now, we're working on some of these Marvel Rivals characters. Fun game just came out. I've been having a blast with it. So for our little Christmas stream, I thought I'd just mess around and import these in. All right, let's go ahead and hit import and grab another item. And feel free to ask any questions or anything you have in there. Dog tags, that's the shoe. Let's do shirt. Just a body shirt. So this one would be interesting. I have not actually done this one yet, but this is, of course, sculpted over Wolverine, who is a much more muscular than our character here. And I was curious to see myself how this undershirt, how this tank top would work on a less muscular character using shrink wrap and other tools like that to see how well that'll work. So let's grab that normal map. What are our textures? This is body, so we're going to find body normal. There we go, just adds that little extra bit of detail, that little extra subtlety. All right, we're going to call this one a shirt. Where's our shirt? There's our shirt. And I'm going to rename it Wolverine shirt. I can always go into the pants and rename those. All right, let's move it up. And with everything, I always like, and this is one of those moments, this and the jacket is where I'm like, all right, he's got a much shorter torso than most of the characters we've worked with because he's not wearing a crop top. And this is kind of the size of the chest here. I might be able to make it a little bit bigger. Maybe a little bit wider this way. Bring it down a little bit. Right there. All right. So he's got a much more weirdly shaped because it's stylized. It's a character. So I found actually kind of bringing these hips up and making them goofy looking and kind of nailing them into the place you want, make him look a little bit more alien. And then the shirt will adjust around it. That's pretty good. I might leave it at this. I have not tested this one, but I did this with the jacket earlier and it worked really well. So I want that shirt a little bit lower, maybe somewhere like in there. And so what this is going to do for us is, even though I kind of took all this and brought it in like that, and I can bring this forward, is it's going to keep this shirt kind of stuck right there below the belly button, right above the pelvis. And it's going to pull that shirt down for us, elongate it in a way where it's skinned, where it's not just being scaled down. So let's go ahead and hit confirm and have that skin weighting work properly. Confirm and next step, and let's see how well this works. It's feeling a little strange. We'll see if we can't touch it up a little bit better. Definitely going to come in here. And so you can see where the big pectorals and the big back muscles and arm muscles of Wolverine is not quite sitting properly. But if we take that shrink wrap and we pull that up to something like 88, because this was supposed to be skin tight on Wolverine, it kind of works. There we go. It looks like you're wearing one of those shirts you buy on the beach from Sellers where it shows you the six-pack abs. But let's get the jacket on there. Let's see how well we can get this adjusted and fixed up. Wow, we got a couple of viewers here. Hey, everybody. We are working in MetaTailor, having a fun time with our Christmas stream. 2 big notes. One, first month of MetaTailor right now for everybody is $10. The link is linked in the chat. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out and ask for it again if you cannot find it. The other thing is we've got 3 days left of our Christmas or holiday outfit competition, so make sure you get those holiday outfits done. The winner gets a free month of Pro. So you can either get $10 right now for everybody, or you can join the competition and get a whole free month of Pro if you win the competition. So those are 2 great deals we have going on right now. Other than that, like I said, Marvel Rivals just came out. I've been excited by it. I've been playing it nonstop. So I just decided to throw some of these outfits from Marvel Rivals onto our characters. Got these outfits from the web. Somebody else scrubbed them from the game. So we're just going in right now. We've got Wolverine. We've got Star-Lord on deck, and then Psylocke. Those are the 3 characters I grabbed for today. So that's what we're doing. So we just kind of got Wolverine all set up. I've been saving the coat for last because the coat is my favorite spot, or favorite part of this. And we'll go ahead and jump in there. I'm going to kind of pull these pants up a little bit, like right there. Trying to tuck that shirt in a little bit better. And maybe I will add a little bit more shrink wrap on our pants. I like how baggy they look, so I don't want to shrink wrap them too much. I don't want to lose this really cool folds we have in there. And by shrink wrapping it like that, I did lose those folds. So I'm actually just going to undo that. Let me undo? No, it's not going to let me undo. So let's go ahead and, I had stepped away. I'm going to push that back out a little bit. There we go. I think it'll all work together once we get that jacket in. So let's go ahead and get that jacket. I won't save it for the end. It's fine now. Because we've got the shoes, the shirt, the pants. So we'll do coat and we'll do the tags and claws. So this is truly like the last big piece. Look at this jacket. I love this jacket. I was enamored with it when I opened the game. Textures. This is Equip 01. I'm getting that information right here. Equip 01. Right there. Equip 01 normal. That's not right. Is it? No, that's not right. That was Equip 02 normal. Where's Equip 01 normal? There it is, up here. There we go, that's right. So this jacket on its own, I think would look really cool on any character you have in the game. Or not in the game, in MetaTailor. Woo! MetaTailor is so fun and game-like just to play with and create. It's so user-friendly. I forget that I'm not just playing a game when I'm using it. You gotta get this hat on a little bit more tight. It's falling off. All right, Wolverine coat, next step. All right, so this one I'm gonna keep as a jacket, and the source dimensions, I'm gonna keep it right there. So this one's gonna take a little bit of trickery, and I found it worked. The Star-Lord coat was a little bit tougher, and you'll see when we get to that one. But this coat, we kind of get in here, kind of sit. My go-to for anything top half related is use the neck. Use this line, the traps, right? Like all of this right in here to nail your outfit. And then from there, that kind of gives you the scale for the body. And then you work your way outwards from there. So from here, I'll use my arms and make any adjustments needed there. But that's kind of when I'm trying to figure out the scale and the shape of this. I get it sitting right there on the shoulders properly, and I can move from there. So confirm, start pose match. So one of the things I did, just like that shirt, is I'm gonna bring these hips way up and make them weird, because I want that coat to kind of hang over the belt. That's where it's supposed to be sitting. So bring those in, bring those hips in a little bit, and bring them forward a lot of it. Maybe bring them out just a little bit more. But you really want those hips close to the jacket. The jacket's going to conform around them. Jacket's going to pull down and conform around them. But what I'm trying to do here is make sure when we're working with skin weighting, whenever we have a pose is not the best pose for skin weighting and stuff like that. There's a whole philosophy behind T pose versus A pose, and everybody does it differently. And there's instances where A pose is good and instances where T pose is good. In MetaTailor, I prefer a T pose. That makes life so much easier. When you have an A pose like this, the problem is some of those skin weights can start to bleed out into other areas, and you might have to adjust and fix. So one of those fixes I have found is really get it tight, almost overlapping in some places. We can even try overlapping it right here. That way, the skin weighting in MetaTailor thinks, all right, if I'm doing influences based on what's touching, what's close, these hips are the closest things to it. Sorry, that was a big rant. I knew a cough was coming. I was trying to talk through it. All right, it looks weird now, but once we get it in there and once it pulls everything down with nice skin weighting, I'm almost positive it'll look better because I tested it. I don't want faulty models. Not while I'm streaming. All right, it's kind of got this rolled up feeling about it, so that's why I'm kind of keeping these arms right here, keeping it a little bit lower, like he's pushed his sleeves up. Which, if you look at the character, if you look up Marvel Rivals, Wolverine, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. You got big hairy arms sticking out. This is Wolverine. He's weird, he's gross, he's hairy. He's an animal. All right, perfect. There we go. Confirm. Next step, let's cross our fingers and hope my little cheating here. Yep, that worked. And how can I tell it worked? It doesn't have big, weird pulls. There's still some touch-up we have to do with our tools to pull these arms back up and kind of push those under the arms. But if this didn't right itself, if this wasn't correct, all of this right here would have like a big pull out to the side over here. You'd see a big pull as the arms are pulling it up. So I found like pulling those hips out and cheating that out a little bit is a great way to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, we'll shrink wrap it a little bit. See what that looks like. That's nice. It fixes up our sides there a little bit. We still have to fix these arms because he's just got beefier arms. That's the biggest thing. This model was not made to be human. This model was made to look a little bit more goofy, a little bit more stylized. He's short, he's scrunched. He's got this beast-like kind of feeling to him because he's Wolverine. So I'm going to use the grab brush, and I'm going to sculpt original, and I'm going to just make it huge. Excuse me. I'm going to pull that up. And just in kind of big sections. And what's nice about this mesh is these seams are all one piece. Sometimes when you work with something like this, these seams, they are like not connected. And when you start to use a brush like this, you'll see it split and you have to kind of cheat and work your way around it and make sure that doesn't happen. For this one, that's not really a problem. So that's why it's a professionally made mesh. It's made by really great artists. And we're just yoinking it, borrowing it. How's that look? Pretty good. Kind of pull you in a little bit more. Let's hit confirm, see how that looks. That looks pretty good. For just trying to get the outfit on the character, that's looking pretty good. All right, let's add the last couple of things we got here. I'm going to rename these pants because it's driving me nuts. Pants. Can I not rename them? Save as variant, retake thumbnail, reset to original. Where can I get the content browser, my content? I know I can rename them somewhere. I've seen it. Or have I not seen it? He says, asking his fellow MetaMasters. Not staff picks, my content, all... Rename, there it is. There we go. At least it's renamed in there properly. All right, let's get the dog tags. The dog tags might not work because the dog tags were kind of sculpted and I don't think they move in the game. I don't think they have any physics applied to them. But we can add them. Dog tags, open, right there. They probably have a normal map on equip 01, which was the body, equip, or like the jacket and stuff, equip 01. Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention. I don't know if that made a huge difference. So for necklaces, we have a couple options. You can call it an accessory, but an accessory will kind of sit there like stiff as if it was a solid object. I think I'm going to go for belt. It's not a belt, but I think I'm going to go for belt. I feel like that'll sit better. And if we wanted to try to add some physics to it, we could. So I'm going to go for belt. And next steps. Belt I use a lot for bracelets too. So you can see this was sculpted specifically over Wolverine's muscles. So you can see he's got his neck right there, and that's how far out his pecs go. Ours don't do that. So we'll need maybe a little bit of work there. And maybe even just physics, like looking at it. Maybe if I just apply physics to that section right there, it'll sit properly for us. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and hit confirm. Next step. All right, so they're sitting out on top of everything. That's fine for now. In reality, I'd probably... Actually, that doesn't look too bad if they're sitting over the jacket, but that's not really how you wear them. You wear them a little bit... Actually, I think it's technically supposed to be... No, he'd probably wear it over his shirt. I mean, you've got the option. That's the cool part about dynamic layering, is if you're trying to tell a story. Let's say it's not Wolverine. Let's say these dog tags weren't Wolverine. You can see how it's pushing it out a little bit. It's pushing out our coat right there. Let's do uncheck effects layering. So that way it stops pushing out that coat. No, it's still pushing out that coat. So I'd have to check effects layering off on the coat to get that to stop. I'm trying to read that. Right? What's causing that? Is it just the dog tags? Tell me the dog tags. Did something get messed up in our model that I missed when I was doing it? It feels too deliberate. Yeah. Dog tags are being weird with the coat. So what we can do is we can probably turn back on effects layer and get that wrapping over that. We want that under the coat, but over everything else. And what we're going to do... Oops, I don't want to delete it. I want to isolate. And... Oh, isolate just let me look at it. Take a look at you and go to my tools. I'm going to get my... Well, let's try... Before we do that, sculpt original, but hit cancel. Let's just try shrink wrapping it normally. How does that look? That brings it close to the body. That's kind of doing it. Let's go ahead and turn the coat off for a second. So shrink wrap's kind of doing it. It's folding in these tags, kind of crumpling them. It's really this part right here that's sticking out. So let's go ahead and grab our sculpt original, and just kind of nope. Nope. Really is just the grab tool here. Bring it down a little bit smaller. Or maybe make it so huge that it kind of... Nah. So that might just be something we have to live with here. Let's hit confirm. Let's see how well this kind of sits on the body now. I've made those changes. That's a little bit better. Let's go into physics. Auto-generate parameters for... Yeah, you can see it made a proxy mesh for us. Why are you naked? Why? Why can't I see you? Reset. It's going to let me manually paint blending, strength, radius just right there. I've hit the bug. Taking them off and reapplying them. Awesome. We'll update the name. A belt for the neck. You want to reapply layering on the jacket. Did I take it off? Is it still off, I should say? Oh, there it goes. Hit play. Let me quick. All right, so they're like struggling underneath the jacket right there. Let's take the jacket off. Let's go back to design. Okay, there we go. Effect layering. But I want to take it off. Go back to physics. Tweaking weights, calculating weights. Oh, okay. At least, hey, it's working, but I've got way too little influence on that. So grab that tag right there. Hit manually paint parameters, paint blending. Turn it way down and just, there it goes. Just a little bit lighter. That's working a lot better. Look at that. That's sitting on the chest now. Still has a little bit of that forward bend just based on the sculpture. That even could be something I could fix in Maya. I could take those faces, rotate them back down, re-import them in Maya to get that to work for me. I'm just kind of struggling with this on its own. I see my stream stuttering a bit. It's not like in the physics at the same time, is it? How is my connection? Stream health. My stream health is excellent. It's just my processor did not like that. I just saw my head flickering there for a moment. Yeah, so now we got those kind of sitting right there. Let's do a little... They're still a little low. I'd probably had a little bit more of the physics painting in there. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Pause. Bind pose. Design. Put that coat back on. Awesome. So we got the weird bug. Take note of that. But it's still pushing the jacket a little bit. But like I said, that'll be something I'd fix in Maya. At this point, I can't, within MetaTailor, get those to bend down. That's just because I pulled it off a model that's not this model. So that's why I have to just tweak that, but that's working. Let's go ahead and quick remove the pants, apply the pants. And I had like a light shrink wrap on them. Not huge, light shrink wrap. Everything's tucked into the pants, which brings me back to the point that I did not finish talking about. Really great part of the dynamic layering is just this character design. Do they wear their dog tags out in the open? Do they tuck their dog tags under their shirt? Where do they keep them? For a character that's not Wolverine, that could mean a lot. That could mean a lot to you as the artist, where you want those. They're still there. They're still under there. This one, like I said, messing it up a little bit. But you have that choice when you're creating this. But I'm going to go ahead and bring those back out to where he has them. All right, and then the last thing. The last thing to make sure that he is indeed... I keep wanting to hit assembly. I'm like obsessed with hitting assembly. Cloth and accessories. Meta Wolverine. The claws. I brought in one claw. I don't think the normal map does much for these Equip 03s. Equip 03. Yeah, there's nothing on this normal map. But we got the claws. Next step, I'm going to call these an accessory. Keep source dimensions. Yes. Yes, I will. Next step. Bring them up. Rotate them. And you don't need to place them here because you're going to place them in the next step anyway. But I'm just doing this more for a scale and kind of see where those are going to sit. Right about a little bit. I want them to be over-exaggerated. I want them to be a little big. Wolverine has big hands. There we go. Confirm. Next step. Where do you want to put them? I want to attach them, right? Like, is that going to give me my hand joint attachment? Let's see what it says. Tools. What bone? I got to select them. What bone are you attached to? Left hand. Perfect. That's exactly where I want it attached to, the left hand. Get these back into position here where we had them. There we go. Just a hair up. There we go. Excellent. Confirm. Parented to the left hand. I like that. That's all there. Go back to our... Oh, I can't mirror these. I can't mirror my... So I'd have to... I just do another one. So there's claws right there. And go to accessories, claws, apply. Put them on this hand. Right hand middle. Nope, I want to hit my right hand right there. Oh, it was so much easier. Confirm. All right, there's our Wolverine. Let's do a quick viewport setting. Let's do a quick sword and shield attack. Not quite a Wolverine attack, but hey, it's getting there. Night spin jump, that's a cool one too. That one's more realistic, a little bit more heroic. All right, there's Wolverine. That one's done. We'll save and we'll do another one. Let's go home. New project. Let's do Star-Lord. So Star-Lord has less pieces, but same exact concept. We'll go through. Import, cloth and accessories, take it back, and grab Star-Lord. We'll start with the coat this time. He's got a cool coat. Oh yeah, so with the baggy pants, so I didn't even notice them. They cause webbing sometimes when they're really baggy like that because the skin weights are pulling each other. When I first created the pants using the I had enough shrink wrap and tooling in there that they didn't happen. But when I deleted them and reapplied them, I wasn't as careful. So while the character was running, there was a little bit of webbing in there. So I just, once again, playing with that shrink wrap, playing with that pose match will make sure that that skin weighting on those inner thighs there doesn't cause that strange webbing. So I just needed to tweak that shrink wrap a little bit more when I had reapplied it. I didn't dial that up enough. All right, really cool jacket. This is Star-Lord's jacket from the game. Once again, Marvel Rivals. That's where we're pulling this from. It's and you can pay for other skins and get different jackets and stuff like that in the game. But this was just the kind of default one. I really like this jacket because it's also kind of given a little bit of Bridge 4 from the Brandon Sanderson series. If we got any Wind and Truth fans out there that just like all this cool stuff just popped out. We got to do more stuff. We got to do more videos on all the cool things that are coming out right now. It's Christmas season. Everybody's dropping all their new stuff. All right, so Star-Lord coat, grab the normal map, same thing. Texture, this one is Equipo 1. Normal map, open, there we go. Next step, call it a jacket. What are the dimensions? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Next step. Pull it up, set it on the neck. Back a little bit. That's some pretty good dimensions. All right, confirm, start pose match. So once again, pose match. We're gonna make these hips a little weird. Really big hips. Bring that badonk back. Bring our chest, not our head. Bring our chest in a little bit more. There we go. Because what we're really trying to do is make sure that these hips and butt control the jacket, not another way around. And it might still take a little bit of tooling when we get in and apply it. And I know it looks weird, but this is how we can get our skin weighting correct. What do you want to have the influence? Once again, we got an A pose, a relaxed A pose. There we go. Take it back. Bring his arms out a little bit more, make him a little bit bigger. See, I want it to hit around the wrist, but I want the arms to be big enough. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and hit confirm. Let's go ahead and hit next step and watch as it rearranges that coat for us. And bam, we beat, this is actually better than what I did before, so I'm really excited about this. We beat the weird kind of hand pulling, the hands pulling the sides of the jacket. We had a really tight A pose on this jacket, and look at that. It is just cinched to our waist right there without needing the shrink wrap tool. So that is fantastic. It's a little tight. It's not as baggy as the coat would normally be, but you could always go in and you can adjust that. You can bring that out. But now the skin weighting is correct. I can come in here, pull this out a little bit, make it a little bit more baggy. Add that depth to the coat. Add that out here. So when you have something in a tight A pose like that, you really want to try to just make the model strange. Give it some alien look to it. Because that's going to help you immensely when you get in there. Let's go ahead and hit confirm. And there we go. Really cool jacket. Let's start getting the other. I'm so excited for that. That's fantastic. That works so well. Import. Cloth and accessories. MetaTailor, let's grab the jumpsuit. All right, this is going to be another interesting one. I didn't practice this one. This one's more of a full body jumpsuit. As you can see right here, so we got a little thighs, we got a little chest. Not as bad because it doesn't have the arms. That would also can cause some issues, just like the jacket. But with this, I can go into my jumpsuit right here, and it's body. So grab my body normal. And call this the Star-Lord jumpsuit. Make it tight. Next step. I'm gonna call it full body. Where's our full body? There's our full body. Keep the asset dimensions. Next step. Come on, everybody. What do I always say? Aim for the neck. Aim for that neck. And that'll give you the proper dimensions for the rest of it. I might make this one a little bit bigger, just because I'm going to be trying to hit the right landmarks on our body for this one. Give our pose match a little extra room to work with. Start our pose match. Bring that in. And once again, this is a stylized character, just like Wolverine. Stylized character. So he's got different shaped body than a normal human. He is in a little bit of an A pose, but I don't want to get these arms too close. I'm going to keep these arms kind of far away. So I want the elbow to be in the right direction. I want the shoulder to be in the right direction to kind of encompass that little sleeve part right there. I don't want to keep that near the sides. I want my sides to, once again, just be overwhelmed by the hips. Let's give that a shot. Confirm, next step. It's going over the coat, just gotta drop it underneath in our dynamic layers. Voila. He's got that jumpsuit on. Let's take a look at those legs and see if they have any kind of webbing that we saw with the last one. Running. Nope. Once again, I cheated those legs outward a little bit. You can see like a small patch under here where the skin's poking through. That's an easy fix. You can go into your tailoring right here and it's auto visibility, right? Like it's been a little while since I've checked that. I feel like we've added things. There we go. Auto visibility. That should delete the faces that are not. Yeah, there it is. Auto visibility. That's right. Delete the faces that aren't being seen, so you really won't see those in there. You can also start looking at your wireframe and stuff like that. Some fun new tools in here. You see all these wireframes. None of these have warned me that they're too big, which is great. We don't want it too big. We can save, go back to our layers. All right, so we got that in there. We're playing with, go back to our viewport settings, go back to our bind post. We'll maybe even play with some physics here with the back of the coat. I feel like the coat should probably be longer. Maybe we'll pull that down a little bit with our grab. Or you know what? You know what we can do? Cancel. Let's do a 4x4 lattice. So this is the lattice tool. And the lattice tool gives you some control. It's like the Maya lattice or like the warp deformer in Photoshop. You can see I'm just grabbing these bottom brutes here. I'm holding down shift to grab multiple ones at the same time. And whoops, I misclicked. I was too gung-ho. My old Maya brain did a hotkey. All right, I'm not hitting anything now. And you can see I can just pull down that bottom part and pull it back a little bit. And let's see. I can't scale it out, but what I can do is I can say grab this half right here if I wanted to and just nudge it out a little bit. Get that flare in there. Grab this half right here, do the same thing, see if I can't mirror that. Just grab these back too. This should just be kind of affecting this back right there. Maybe the next two in as well. I'll pull that down. There you go. You can see you can add a little bit of depth to the jacket that way. And you can make this lattice smaller or wider or bigger. There's still options to go either direction depending on what you're working on. Because this is such a big jacket, I used a nice big lattice so I can kind of come in here and make some adjustments like this. There we go. And if I'm ready, hit confirm. Makes those changes for me. And that'll help us later on too when we go to do some physics. We got some room to work with. All right, hi for everybody who's joining us. We're just doing a fun live stream, live Q&A. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the chat. We've got our MetaMasters sticking around, helping out, answering those questions. I am using Marvel Rivals characters. We just finished Wolverine. We're working on Star-Lord. We got Psylocke next, all pulled from the web from the new Marvel Rivals game. Big game, huge, just came out. Lots of fun, so I thought we'd play with that. Other than that, there are some great announcements. You can get MetaTailor right now. First month, $10. Sign up. Join on, get Pro, $10. It's free. I mean, there is a free version out there, but the Pro version is $10 for the first month right now. And then in 3 days, we've got our holiday competition that is ending. The winner gets a free month of Pro. So 10 free, both less than the normal amount. Hop on, join us on Pro, play with this stuff like I'm playing with it. And let's keep working. Let's keep creating Star-Lord. Let's go ahead and import another piece. Let's get the boots. He's got really cool boots. I mean, I really liked Wolverine shoes. I picked these characters out based on which ones were the coolest. If I had a little bit more time, or if people want to see this again, there's still Doctor Strange. I always love his coat, or not coat, cape. So there's plenty of characters we can go in and sneak in and mess with. Boots, normal. We're looking at Equip 02. Grab Equip 02 and hit next step. Now these boots have to come up pretty high. So we're gonna hit shoe, keep source dimensions. That's pretty good, because the bodysuit has to tuck into this boot. And you can see his leg is kind of in a position. So I'll scale it up just a little bit right there. And I think this one's gonna be a lot of pose matching. And it's okay if the foot comes off the ground. Because remember, the model's just going to put itself back correctly. We only need about 60% accuracy. With the feet, I go for a little bit more so we don't have that strange toe bump come out the side. That's pretty good. Our calf is looking good. Our thigh is looking good. Bring our knee right about there. Bring you in a little bit more. Here we go. Confirm. Let's hit next step. Let's see how that does. Puts the foot on the ground. Is it high enough? It's high enough. Excellent. Grab that boot, mirror it over. Add a little bit of shrink wrap to those. They're looking a little big. Get those a little tighter on his legs. That's looking good. And that's the other thing. We probably should have taken this bodysuit. I mean, it works so well, I forgot. You can take a little shrink wrap on that. Get that tight to our character's body. Make it feel a little less blocky. All right, it's looking really good. I think all that's left is our helmet. Let's take a look. Jumpsuit, coat, boots. Oh, he has a neat belt with doohickeys on it. We'll grab the belt. These two doohickeys. And a Star-Lord texture. That's what I wanted. And this is Equip 02. Normal map. And most of this, remember to turn off auto visibility before applying physics. Thank you. Most of this was just ready to go. I just pulled these characters off the web and they were good to go. I did just a little bit of cleanup from in Maya to get the textures applied for us already. I got all these textures pre-applied in Maya, at least the diffused textures, and I separated them out in Maya. But otherwise, these characters, if you find where they are on the web, like I said, they're free online. Somebody went in and grabbed them all from the game for us. Not us specifically, us as the artist community as a whole. They've got pretty much every character. I don't know if they're missing anybody. I didn't sit there and do an audit. But yeah, they were just, you just download it, you get the mesh, you get the texture, you can get a couple different outfits if you wanted to, if there's one in particular you're looking for. It doesn't have all of the current outfits, but hey, it's got a bunch. Yeah, it's on Marvel Rivals. Or not on Marvel Rivals, it's about Marvel Rivals. Get that nice big thick belt in there, really cool. Just adds that extra little element down the thighs. I'll definitely shrink wrap this to about 50%, get that a little bit closer to the body. And then while we're here, let's jump into our auto visibility, turn that off. There we go. Back to layers, save our map. This is so cool. All right, and now that last thing. Star-Lord's a lot easier than Wolverine. Wolverine, like I said, his character is a lot more altered to make it look a little bit better. Why can't I see? What am I looking for? Oh, I hit assembly. Like I said, I'm addicted to hitting assembly. Avengers assembly. Helmet. And once again, this is Star-Lord from the game. So this is not Star-Lord from the movies. You can get the movie outfits for some of the characters. This is Equip 04. Head. Yeah. Look at that. Almost perfect. Right off the bat. Confirm. I don't need a pose match. Hit next step. Watches. So one of two things are going to happen here. We're going to see the... Okay, that's okay. That works. It pushed the mask around his nose a little bit better and dropped that below the coat. Push the mask around his head a little bit better. I was worried that with his nose, it might push it out a little bit too far, but it was a really subtle change, so we didn't have to worry about that. But look at that. We got Star-Lord done. Only thing this is missing is a couple gloves. You can see where the shirt was tucked into some really cool gloves before because we're working on it. That update's coming. For all of you who's waiting, our gloves update is coming. We'll do live videos. We'll be announcing stuff. I'll make tutorial videos for those as soon as gloves are ready to go. So sit there, wait with your bated breath. Gloves are coming, and they're going to be so cool. There's Star-Lord. Star-Lord's done. Amazing. All right, let's play with a little bit of physics. So I turn my auto visibility off. I just want to mess with it on the coat here. So let's go physics. Grab our tailoring. Grab our coat. Whoa. Proxy mesh. All right, let's do it again. All right, auto generate parameters. And this bug could be localized to my machine just because I've had some other buggy issues I was going to try to reinstall after tonight's stream. So you might not have this bug. This might just be me. Paint blending. That's actually some pretty good paint blending. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Let's hit confirm. Let's throw, oops, female idle. Not that it matters. Male running. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I wanted it to do. Oh, look at that. Look at how good that looks. A little bit of webbing there in the pants. That's something we can go in and try to clean up. A little bit of shrink wrap would help with that. Now, is that the pants? Let's pause this for a second. Or is that the boots? That's the boots. Okay. So yes, no, we would need to go in and just touch up a little bit of shrink wrap on those boots. Push those two edges of the boots away from each other. It's really hard to see, but that's where we'd go into design. Go back to viewport settings, hit the bind pose. So yeah, oh, I didn't even notice that. They're already touching right here. So that's why we're having an issue with those boots. Let's shrink wrap those a little. Okay, so shrink wrap is not helping. Let's take that shrink wrap away. So yeah, that pushed them away from each other. Let's turn off mirror for a moment. And so we want to get this lip right here, really close to that inside thigh. Let's grab our grab tool. I love the grab tool. To me, grab tool is like my bread and butter. It's like my move tool in ZBrush. It's how you can make your big, broad, overarching changes. And get that really close right there and hit confirm. Now let's turn that mirror back on. All right. That's saved. Let's go back to our, well, I'll let it, okay. Let's let it think. I'm doing stuff too fast. Let's let it think. Let's jump back to our physics now. And just do our male running. All right, so the boots no longer webbing. Wow. Doing too much at once. I'm going too fast. Let it think, let it think. There it goes. I was just trying to remember the physics we had before. Look at that. It's perfect. I didn't have to do anything. I love it when I don't have to do anything. All right, now running. Male sprinting. And look at the neck here. Look at this. Look at that. Almost seamless blend. I would just need to grab this helmet right here and maybe drag that below the jumpsuit. I mean, it's pretty seamless as it is. I don't even know if I need to do that. That's just some beautiful little animation there. All right, we're at 10 o'clock. Let's go back to our design. Yeah, I kind of like the look of that. That's really cool. But I will, let's see, is there a cooler one we can pause on? Is there, go back to our physics, no, let's go back, yeah, design, viewport settings, T-pose, running, standing, idle. Oh, there's new ones. There's new ones I haven't even seen yet. Climb the pole. That's cool, drop kick. Oh, that one's cool. Punching bag, walk with a rifle, uppercut give, uppercut receive, climbing up. He's too high. Let's see, which one was... Let's go. Let's go. It's just the male standing idle. Does that look... Nah, it looks a little boring for him. I like that stand to cover look. It feels right. And save. Just trying to make that thumbnail look a little cooler than all the 100,000 T-poses that I have. All right. So there's Wolverine. There's Star-Lord. I'm going to take a little bit of time right now and just quick show you what I did in Maya. I won't pull it over just yet. If you're interested in seeing me pull it over, drop a note down in the comments. Let us know. And I can do another even midweek stream. Christmas Day stream. Tell my family, no. I want to play with Psylocke. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing us bring this into MetaTailor, let us know down in the comments. But otherwise, I'll just show you kind of what I do in Maya really quickly to isolate at least one of these pieces. So earlier today, I already went in and I deleted out the body parts that I didn't need, and I can show you how I did that. And then on top of that, I just attached the diffuse maps. So here's Psylocke's costume from Marvel Rivals. Let Maya catch up for a second. All right, so let's say I wanted to isolate this really cool scarf, or even this outfit, depending on which one. I could probably even do both real quick. So we got this really cool scarf, we got these really cool gloves. Everything's ready to go. Like I said, I deleted the body, the hair, the hand, the fingernails, and stuff like that already. Deleted the skeleton that came with it. So I just want to isolate out one of these pieces and export them out. So let's go ahead and take a look. The fastest way to do this is by opening up. This is Maya specific, sadly. You can do a lot of this in Blender. This next step I'm about to do, I don't know if Blender has this functionality, but let's see. We can see Equip 01 right here. Equip 01, it kind of shows us, if I change this to a plane kind of, and I want to go, so you can see right here, it looks like that's mostly the entire body right here. Equip 01 is mostly the entire body. Just based off this UV map, you can see the white right here, the blue. So what I can do is I can right-click on select objects, right-click on the actual material itself and choose select objects with material, and it will highlight everything that is that material, that is that UV map. So you can see right here, all those faces are selected. Now, if I wanted to keep this, I have the option of hitting Control H, and doing that will hide them and showing me everything I can delete. And that's what I will do a lot of times. If I'm trying to get that specific part, I will highlight everything, right-click, go to face, delete it all, go to object mode again, and hit Shift-H to bring that part back. And now I have this part isolated. I can export this out. I would probably go in and delete each hand. That's going to be a little easier. Delete these long boots right here, these thigh-high boots. Just delete those faces. Now these are split into like hundreds of little faces, so I can't just double click on the whole object and grab these faces. I'll show, like if I double click on this, I grab that, but there's stuff underneath it. So it's just easier to highlight, click and drag, and delete those faces. But now you can see I've got kind of that undershirt and binding. All right, object. There we go. So if I wanted to, that's ready to go. I've kind of got that half kimono here, the binding, all that under stuff right there. Oops, not go to face. And I can go to File, Export Selection, Desktop, grab my Psylocke, and I would call this like undershirt. And then when I'm ready for the next thing, I just hit undo a bunch of times until we get back to where it was. Luckily, this is a save Maya file, so I can also just reopen it. But a lot of times I'm lazy. I don't save out a file, an original file, and I just hit undo until I get to where I want to be. I know my Maya is pretty stable. My Maya very rarely crashes. All right, so now we got all these other items. We can do the same thing again. We've got all those selected, but this time instead of hitting Control H with all of those selected, I could have hit Delete and just gotten rid of it. And now I'm focusing on the scarf and everything else. Yeah, I could go back into my Hypershade editor and find out, all right, what is Equip 02? And select objects with that material. That's pretty much everything else. So I could have just sat there and highlighted them one by one or double-clicked on them to find them. But now that I know they're all right there, I can just hit Delete. Now I've got this cool red sash belt. I'd probably make its own thing. and the scarf. I can take that belt, hit delete, go to object mode, and now I've got this really cool scarf that I can try to pull in to MetaTailor. File, export selection, call it scarf. Yep, MetaTailor, perfect. Export selection, and there you have it. All right, so that's what I would do. I would just go item by item, and I would undo any deletes, bring it all back, and then decide what the next thing is. So if I got that undershirt, the next thing I'd probably do is I'd grab one of these thigh-high boots. For this one, I would probably just go to face and just delete everything that isn't them. That's pretty easy. I can go to one of my other views here and just highlight all of this right above the thighs right there and hit delete. I even grab this whole side right here because, like I said, I like to do just one at a time. Come a little bit closer, delete all this, delete that, delete that. Back to our perspective view, which I can't see because my Hypershade editor's in the way. And just delete this part right here. Boom, and now I got one of those shoes ready to go. I'd export that out and bring it in. Export that out of Maya and bring it into MetaTailor. Sick, drop the MTA on Discord. Oh, yeah. I'm like, MTA? My brain was thinking Maya. It's in Maya. Racer, you just ping me which one you liked. Because I've done 3. I'm assuming you're talking about the Star-Lord, because that's the one we did in MetaTailor. But if there was another one or anything like that, let us know. I'll see if I can't grab that out for you. Cool, cool. All right, so that's pretty much it. Thank you all. We're sitting at about 10:07. Like I said, I could go through the whole thing and bring that back in, but that would be a lot of repeating exactly what I just did. So we saw it with Wolverine. We saw it with Star-Lord. You can do the same thing with Psylocke. You can do the same thing I just did. These these Marvel Rivals models are all online. Just take a look, hunt them down. If you can't find them, ping me. I'm Mark in the Discord. And I'll help you locate those, and you can do exactly what I did in Blender or Maya, either way, to get those out and ready for MetaTailor. They've got all the stuff you need to pull those down. Some gracious, wonderful artists pulled those out of Marvel Rivals for us. Marvel Rivals, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a new game that just came out. It's just like Overwatch, but better, because Overwatch really pulled the rug out from underneath all of us. I think it's better. I've had a lot of fun playing it, so that's why we mess with that and play with that. Other than that, feel free to ask any questions. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Follow us on Discord. Our community is amazing. We've got great support. If you run into any issues or concerns, let us know in the Discord, and we'll be happy to help you with that. And then just the last 2 notes. Once again, MetaTailor right now, discount, crazy Christmas deal. It is $10 for that first month. Or if you're brave, join us for a holiday competition. Make a holiday outfit. Finish. You can make it anywhere you want, but as long as that finished product is sitting in MetaTailor, ready to go, then you can have a chance at winning our competition for a free month of MetaTailor, a whole free month of Pro. So we have our free version, amazing, has a lot of tools, a lot of functionality, but to do everything I was doing today, you need that Pro version. The Pro version is so much better. It's so worth it. If you are playing with all these clothes and doing what I'm doing, it is night and day between the free version and the Pro version. So please jump on, join us in Pro, take advantage of that $10 for the first month deal we just have, or like I said, try for that competition for a free month. Other than that, if I don't just sit here and say goodbye, have a happy holidays, see you next week, same time, Saturday evening, jumping between 8 and 9 p.m., find our sweet spot. Other than that, that's it. Have a good night, everybody. Happy holidays. Go play some Marvel Rivals, then play with MetaTailor, then download the models from Marvel Rivals and put them in MetaTailor. Bye. Have fun. Get out of here. Go get dressed.